Tuesday, February 7, 2017. Welcome to the Government News Brief. In the news, the Third Country Cooperation Strategy, CCS, signed between Guyana and PAHO will improve healthcare in Guyana. The government plans to recoup overpayment for Pleasance Market tarmac, and the Ministry of Public Health is exploring long-term solutions that are expected to help adolescents delay sexual activities. Stay tuned for these and other stories. Thank you for staying with us. I am Renetta LaFleur. Here are the details. The Third Country Cooperation Strategy, signed between Guyana and the Pan-American Health Organization, World Health Organization, PAHO, WHO, aims to improve the provision of universal health care in Guyana. Daniel Williams has the details.
Guyana's third CCS with the PAHO WHO has been signed. Minister of Public Health, Valda Lawrence, says the strategy will put the health sector and Guyana on a firmer footing to address the social, economic, and environmental determinants of health.
This Third Country Cooperation Strategy, CCS, will help Guyana, as you have heard from Dr. Etienne, strengthen its health system to make universal health more realistic. It will also help facilitate safe, resilient, and healthy environments while simultaneously helping us to slash the burdens cast upon us by the presence of non-communicable diseases.
The country strategy will also help Guyana to reduce mortality and morbidity due to communicable diseases. The strategy highlights a number of other areas that require special attention as Guyana moves towards achieving its Health Vision 2020. PAHO WHO Director Dr. Carissa Etienne says there is a great level of commitment in fulfilling the vision based on her interactions with government officials.
This document is going to be very important when we do the planning, the program planning every 2 years, because the Ministry of Health and your officials are intimately involved in what we call the biennial work plan, where we decide with you what are the priorities that the work is going to entail, and that is guided by the country cooperation strategy.
The CCS is the blueprint for PAHO WHO to better collaborate with the Ministry of Public Health to meet the Health Vision 2020 goal. The strategy has a 4-year implementation period. Zanil Williams reporting for the Government News Brief.
The Ministry of Communities is making efforts to recoup $1.2 million in overpayment made for the construction of the Pleasance Market tarmac. Sanika Thorne reports.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Communities, Emil Magarel, recently appeared before the Public Accounts Committee to say what was being done to recover the more than $1 million in overpayment to Construct Engineering Inc.
The contractor has since been indicated that he needs to respond to the ministry demand for repayment by the 14th of this month. Otherwise, it will be forwarded to the AG chambers for legal action.
The matter of the overpayment for the construction of the market tarmac has been unresolved since 2012. Magarel explains that efforts to bring closure on the matter have been delayed by request from the contractor for the job to be remeasured.
Letter was sent to the contractor as requested, as instructed by the PAC. He responded to say he disagreed and requested a remeasurement. In order, this is the opportunity for the present owner of the office to deal with the matter. He felt that, look, let's give the opportunity for the repayment to be made. And so the request was made of Auditor General that we collaborate to facilitate the remeasurement. And the Auditor General indicated that that would not change because on the prior occasion when the remeasurement was done, the contractor's representative was there. And so there would be no value in us doing an additional request, so an additional remeasurement. So based on that advice of the Auditor General, the letter was sent indicating that we will proceed to the next stage if the money is not repaid.
The contract for the construction of the market tarmac provided for an asphaltic concrete surface along with shoulders and reinforced concrete curb. A physical verification of the works carried out on August 27, 2012 found that the construction did not conform to the bill of quantities, hence the overpayments. The matter remained unresolved as of July 2015 and was addressed in the Auditor General's 2015 report. Since then, it has been engaged in the attention of the Public Accounts Committee. For the Government News Brief, Seneca Thorne reporting.
The Ministry of Public Health is exploring long-term solutions that would help adolescents delay sexual activities and from becoming victims of teenage pregnancy. Delon Sanko tells us more.
Deputy Chief Medical Officer in the Ministry of Public Health, Dr. Karen Boyle, says when her ministry learned of the inappropriate video content involving school-aged children circulating on social media platforms, they immediately engaged the Ministry of Education and Social Protection. She explains that a task force was formed to provide support to the parents and children. However, a more long-term solution is being considered.
Ministry of Education and Ministry of Health and Ministry of Social Protection are going to have to look at, I'm calling it supplemental parenting skills, but the long and short of it is we don't get a manual that teaches you how to be a parent before you're a parent. You kind of learn along the way.
Dr. Boyle explains that this program will also encourage fathers to actively participate in parenthood since oftentimes they're missing. In the meantime, she says the ministry will strengthen its adolescent health program to tackle teenage pregnancy.
We're trying to, through our adolescent health program, ensure that there are clinics now where children, adolescents, who have made that decision already, are sexually active already, can go and, if needs be protected and get the information they need in a way, in a format that they can understand without being judged.
Meanwhile, the Child Care and Protection Agency is also doing their part to fight against teenage pregnancy. Director of the agency, Anne Green, says her department will be beefing up its teen empowerment program in all the districts to encourage youths to abstain and protect themselves.
We are working a program to prevent teens from getting babies. We want them to concentrate more on the studies, to make more wise decisions, to put that whole sexual activity off. Just delay it a little bit. But even if you feel that you meet the stage, you don't want to delay it, but we want you to be safe, to protect yourself from STDs and even early pregnancy.
Serious concerns have been raised about the conduct of young students from several well-known schools appearing in video featuring sexual contents being shared via social media. Delon Sanko for the Government News Brief.
Paddy prices for last crop have increased, and it is hoped that the price will be even better this crop. More in this Delicia Haynes report.
Extension Manager of the Guyana Rice Development Board GRDB, Kuldip Ragnoth, says that rice production expansion could be encouraged through better prices for paddy. He expects that this crop farmers will be paid more per bag of paddy.
We have seen the last crop or so that prices actually went up a bit. This commodity price or farm gate prices, or prices that millers were paying, it was a bit above what was paid the previous season, and we're hoping that this crop here, that those prices will remain this year, or probably even go up. From what we're hearing, it might probably go up a bit for this crop.
Ragnoth says that a lot of factors point in the direction of better paddy prices for the harvesting of the first crop. However, some challenges remain as millers engage rice farmers for paddy.
The last crop, the prices average about $2,500 to $2,600 per bag. In Region 2, that's with the exception of Region 2, where it was less than that, around $2,300 per bag. The millers are claiming that transportation costs for their product or their produce from Region 2 to Georgetown, and so it's higher than the transportation costs from the other regions to the port of loading. So that's one of the contributory factor to the less price being offered in Region 2.
The extension manager pointed out that based on acreage under cultivation, production is expected to surpass first crop targets. Ragnaut adds that in comparison to last year, this year's first crop promises a better yield despite late sowing periods. Last year, farmers were faced with the effects of El Niño, which resulted in acres of rice being lost. For the Government News Brief, Delicia Haynes.
The community of Oriala Region 6 received a new ATV from the government to support its community's logging project. Seneca Thorne tells us more.
An all-terrain vehicle ATV was handed over to Oriala on Monday by the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs. It will be used by persons doing geotagging and GPS reading in the logging areas. Tushao David Henry says that it will provide significant assistance to the community, not only in logging but health, education and agriculture.
This ATV will do a lot help for Oriala. This machine will help us in our logging area. We have to do tagging, we have to do GPS reading. It will help us in farming also, because our sister village has one of these and I saw them bringing out farm produce. So it will help us actually broad base, and also for the health. You see, it can take we have some patients in the community who cannot visit the hospital because of age or because of the seriousness of their illness.
Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Alicock told the village council to make full use of the transportation as they seek to have better management control over logging activities in the community.
I trust that with the support of such an equipment to you and your council and the people of Oriala, that it will help to boost not only the opportunity to do work in a better manner, but also to help in the economic standing of your community.
Oriala is one of two indigenous communities located on the Quarantine Coast, Region 6, and overlooks neighboring Suriname. Its sister community is Siparuta. These communities are managed by one council, and together they have a population of over 2,000 persons. The communities are sustained through the collection of royalty from sand and logs, supported by traditional farming, fishing and hunting activities. For the Government News Brief, Seneca Thorne reporting.
Regional Executive Officer of Region 2, Rupert Hopkinson, says that the region's children's Mashramani celebrations have the potential to embrace all races under the theme Celebration with Liberty, Dignity and Greater Unity. Hopkinson says the government's support is guaranteed for all of the children's events. Meanwhile, Mashramani coordinator Elroy Stephanie notes that the Essequibo Parade route has been changed this year. The route will start at the Coffee Grove in the north, leading to the Anna Regina Community Center ground. The previous route started at Three Friends in the south. We have come to the end of today's edition of the Government News Brief. The details of these and other stories can be found on Gina's website. Gina has an active Facebook page, and we encourage you to visit and like us so you can be updated as the news unfolds. You can also visit our website and YouTube channel. Do join us again tomorrow for another edition of the Government News Brief. I am Renetta LaFleur. Thank you for watching.